If you're interested, you're more than welcome to follow. So previously, we just dropped this Jedi from pretty high places and get it down. But that's not the case because I think Jedi is pretty powerful and I don't want it to just roll all the way. So I change his collider. So if I click Jedi, I think we got this collider here. A dynamic sprite, we got the collider. We sort of used the dynamic sprite. So we automatically got a sort of a ball collider, which is good but not good enough. We don't want Jedi to roll around, so I delete that. Of course, you can delete component, and I add a box collider, which is pretty good because I once adjust the size of it, it's pretty good for you to collide on things, because once you click play, it will just stand on the ground, right? Stand on the ground firmly, right? And I want to change that. His feet touching the ground, so I want him to stand more firmly than ever. So I add another game object under it. You can just right click and create empathy. You don't need any other rendering. You just add the component, and let me add a box collider 2D so I can move it down and give it more. Let's add the size a little bit, maybe decrease it and put it down, and increase this a little bit. So if you look at our Jedi dynamic, you got a collider like this, so it's more stable. So let me maybe increase this width a little bit more to make it even more stable, right? And of course, let's try this out. So it should be fairly stable if this Jedi fall on the ground, and pretty stable because you got a pretty flat and wide collider at his feet. And then let's make this Jedi moving, right? So how to do that? Pretty simple. All right, and let's get the Jedi moving by adding another thing. So for example, if I got this game object here, and when it touches the ground, which is a close right shape, I think, and we can use it as sort of we can use it as a sort of a conveyor belt that get our object moving. I will show you what I mean. So you can add components, and if you type effector, so surface effector, I think this is pretty good. And you can also got a platform effector 2D. I'm going to use a surface effector. So surface effector, you can see they got an icon here like a conveyor belt, and that is exactly what it do. So if you click it, and and this got a icon here say this effector would not function until there is at least one enabled 2D collider was used by effector checked on this game object. So I need to check this. So if I want this closed sprite shape, which is the ground, to work, I need to get, where's the collider here, and we got this used collider. It's here, used by effector, and click it, and the arrow will be gone, and then they can sort of just convey our Jedi. Let's do that, right? Click it. It should not moving, but now I think it's sort of shaking, but not too much because the effector is not working properly. Edge collider sprite. Where's my effector? Let's do that again. Let's do that again. I think. Where's my effector? Pretty strange. Where's my effector? I think it just got mysteriously gone. Yeah, let me just do that again. Surface effector. Alright, we add that. We check the collider used by effector. And surface effector 2D. Speed, force. Yes, I think it's pretty good. Oh, I think maybe I just add that while I play this game. So the effector will not add it. The changer will not add. So surface factor, and let me just add the speed a little bit, and maybe add a little bit of force because the force is too low. Maybe 5. Okay, I just increased the force to scale to 1, which is the biggest. I don't seem to be able to add another number to it, but speed, if I just get speed, our objects slowly moving forward because it's got speed up. Maybe I got even more speed. So yeah, so I convey that up and counter the effect of the weight, and it's falling down. Pretty good. And yeah, it's just falling down into nothing. So what if I change the speed to some minus number? So for example, minus 100, and see what will happen. So they drop down and just go to the other way. The force scale is a little bit small. Let me just turn up. And let me get positive and negative, positive. Right, you can see it's conveyor belt just move our Jedi around without initial speed. You can move it around, which is pretty good. And of course you can there is clearly some space between his legs and the ground. That's the reason, because we got a pretty huge game objects under it, and I can just move it up just to the edges of his feet and change the size a little bit. Sorry, let me just get maybe something like this. So yeah. Change that to positive. Is moving forward. Let me add force scale so you counter the weight. And get speed and force down. 0.1. I think this is not enough to counter the weight. So even though he tries to move up, actually he can. With 0.1, that surely will not get enough traction for him to go up. 0.05 maybe? Yeah, you can go up a little bit. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think this is really good because they got our Jedi an automatic force to moving forward rather than just move our Jedi to a pretty high place and let the gravity pull him down and get him the initial speed and roll forward. right? And we use the different shape of the collider rather than this default cube, so our Jedi can stand pretty still when there is no effector on the ground. And if I add effector, it will become more stable because they got more edges, right? And that's how we can make a certain for example, if we want to get a conveyor belt or some quicksand environment that you want your object to step on and just automatically moving forward or moving backwards. So for example, you got a huge sort of a wind blowing, and you can set a certain area that if you want move forward there, and you have to press it continuously. Once you get loose of it, one key, the object would just blow backwards, right? You can do all sort of things by using this effector.